first, the center fielder, number 1, Hayden Farmer. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Travis Pikes. Batting third, the right fielder, number 7, Will Hack. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 34, Michael Kopenspire. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 9, Braden Wolf. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 22, Thomas Polarski. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 4, Brennan Kwiatkowski. Batting eighth and pitching, number 20, Dave Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 15, Drew Duberger. At this time, we ask you please stand to honor America with our nation's national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Carlo Crispino Stadium. My name is Kevin Lochte, and I'll be bringing you the game today here on CHC TV. The Cardinals are looking to open up their season with a win, while the Cougars are trying to improve to 2-0 on the season. After a loss in the A-Conference Championship to Spalding last year, Calvert Hall is eager to get off to a hot start. We're going to see Nate Rodriguez, the junior, on the mounds today for the Cardinals. Main pitch being a fastball, averaging in the upper 80s. Be a lot for Mount Carmel today. The Cardinals are looking to get up early and stay there today, playing a B conference team. Certainly have high expectations to win this one with a commanding lead. We're moments away from opening pitch here. Rodriguez throwing into the catcher, Braden Wolf, here in warm-ups. Wolf, another veteran on this team. Saw him split time with Kwiatkowski last season. Kwiatkowski's getting the start today in the outfield. We'll see as the season progresses who gets more time at catcher.
Leading off the Cougars, number 23, Keith Smith.
Keith Smith, the shortstop, getting the opening at-bat here for the Cougars. Officially a 4:34 start time. Infield playing in their normal positions. Thomas Polarski in there a little bit at third. Conscious of the bunt. Opening pitch going to be a fastball right down the middle for strike one. 0-1 the count here. Wolf getting some signs from his coach in the dugout. Beautiful day right now. Not too much wind, but a little bit of a breeze. About 70 degrees out. Second pitch is away, and another fastball, swing and a miss. Smith was a little bit late on that one. Probably not used to that type of velocity in their conference. Looking for the strikeout pitch here. Misses with the high fastball. It's a good pitch, though. Try and get him to chase outside of the zone. You got multiple pitches to work with. Would not at all be surprised if we see another fastball up, try and get him to chase, or maybe an off-speed pitch down and away. Oh, he goes with the fastball right down the middle, and Smith goes down looking. You got to protect there. Doesn't get much better of a pitch than that. The center fielder now, Caleb Pugh. Second batter here for Mount Carmel. Rodriguez looking for another strikeout, and he starts off with yet another fastball. He has not thrown anything but a fastball so far. Been efficient thus far, of course, just one batter in. It's going to be a ground ball, second base. Thrown and recording the out. Copenspire over there at first base. Last year we saw him split a lot of time with Connor Keys, but Keys was a senior, and now that job is all Copenspire's. And his last year here as a Cardinal, committed to Rider University. Looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here. Andy Sosa stepping up to the plate. There's the first off-speed pitch, just misses. Saw the legs buckle there, was not expecting that. Now that he's got the eyes used to that off-speed, I'd go right back to the fastball here, and that's what he does. Fouled straight back. When it's fouled straight back, that means the batter is on it. So, able to time that one relatively well. See if he can put this one into fair territory. Here's the 1-1. That ball is going to miss high and inside. This is the first at-bat where a Mount Carmel batter has been in a favorable count. Rodriguez is going to have to battle back here. That's going to be fouled off the plate. So far they've been attacking the fastball. The only one to catch up to it has been Sosa, but still no one able to put anything in play. Have to imagine a fastball maybe high here for the put away. It goes off speed. Strikes him out. Gets 2 strikeouts to start things off. And a 1-2-3 inning here for the Cardinals. Now they'll look to open things up with the bats as Mount Carmel takes the field. We will be back momentarily here on CHC TV.
Former.
Welcome back into CHC TV. Caden Barmer is going to lead things off for Calvert Hall. One of the fastest guys on the team. You'll see him at center field. For Mount Carmel, we have Jake Van Hoy on the mound. Watching him in warm-ups, he looked like he had a fastball and a curveball as his two main pitches. He's going to start off with that fastball, low and inside. Barmer, we mentioned that speed. He was showing bunt but pulled away. A little bit surprised that the third baseman's not drawn in a little bit more. Oh, another inside pitch. That looks like that one hit him. Not an overpowering fastball. That's the spot you want to get hit, is the shin area, the calf area. So we'll take his base, and it's our first base runner of the game. So we'll see the junior Travis Pites playing at shortstop today, taking his first at-bat. Got some play time on the varsity team last year. We're going to see a bunt shown here and a steal. He's going to get in pretty easily. Looked like maybe a bunt and run, but with the bad pitch, Pites pulling away. Mentioned that Barmer speed. Would not be shocked if we saw him take off for third and see the second baseman over there covering. Now the shortstop sneaking over. Barmer not even a little bit phased as that ball is in for a ball on the off speed. Pites with a 2-0 count. That one way outside. Not be surprised if he's taking this pitch here. If he's not going to take, though, he's looking for a specific pitch. I would think he's got to be looking fastball down the middle. That is what he got, and he had the green light by his coaches as that one's fouled into the parking lot. Just missing a car. Three and one the count. And he's going to be Barmer stealing on that pitch, but it's going to be a fly ball into left field. Trying to track it down. Oh, he lost it in the sun. That's going to be an easy double in for a triple, and that will score Barmer. That's not going to go down as an error because he technically did not touch the ball, so Pites will be happy to get the triple on the stat sheet and the RBI as well, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead.
That's number 7, Will Hack.
Will Hack up to bat. By the way, that's Travis Pites' third triple this season. This is the first game that actually counts, but they had a scrimmage yesterday, and he was able to knock 2 in. So a very hot start for him. It's that first ball inside, 1-0 to Hack. Takes that pitch on the outside corner for strike one to even this count out at 1-1. Hack got a little bit of time on the varsity roster playing last year, but now in more of a leadership type of role. There's the 1-1 inside pitch, and that's going to be a steal home. That's going to be a passed ball. That one's on the catcher, not the pitcher. Not the best off-speed pitch we've seen, but as a catcher, you've got to get your body in front of that and block it. Can't afford careless mistakes like that. And just like that, now 2-0 game as that ball misses low. Now the bases are cleared, the infield back into their normal positions as Hack walks.
Batting next number 34, Michael Copenspire.
Now Copenspire, one of the biggest power guys on this team, stepping in. Interesting walk-up song selection. So we see a steal here, and that's going to be another stolen base for the Cardinals. By the way, for those of you who couldn't hear the song, feel the rain on your skin. That'll take the middle infield out of double play depth. You saw them playing deep so that they could turn two, but now with the guy on second, they will go back. Van Hoy really struggling to find the strike zone here in the first inning. So he falls behind yet again. Now 2-0 count to Copenspire. Runner in scoring position, RBI opportunity as he grounds this one to third. The throw over, and they get their first out of the game. Nevertheless, advancing a runner to third, so a productive out for Copenspire. Now another RBI opportunity. All Wolf needs to do is hit a fly ball into the outfield for a sac fly, and he will get himself an RBI. Now with that runner on third. Hack's got to be aware of the wild pitch potential too. You see him taking a decent lead over there. We've already scored one on a wild pitch, as first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Good job by Van Hoy getting ahead in the count here early. When you get ahead, you can kind of use the strike zone to your advantage. You can throw some balls that look like strikes to try and get someone to chase, but once you're immediately behind, then really you just have to throw it right down the middle, and that's when hitters are looking for specific pitches, and when they get those pitches, especially on a team like Calvert Hall, they usually don't miss. 1-1 the count. That one going through the legs of the catcher, by the way, but not too far back, so runner staying at third. So that ball misses outside. Now 2-1 the count. Braden Wolf looking to make something happen in his first at-bat of the day. And that one's going to be fouled straight back, evening the count back up. At 2-2, Van Hoy has a little bit of room to work with. If he wants to try and get him to chase, maybe a high fastball, curveball sinking down and away. You could try it, and that was what he went for. Was a down and away curveball, but good discipline there by Wolf. Not swinging. Now a full count. Still one out, so runner will not be going on the pitch. Here's the pitch. That's popped up and out of play. The best hitters are always able to foul off the tough two-strike pitches until they eventually walk or end up getting a pitch they like. That's exactly what Wolf is doing right now. We'll see what he gets on this full count pitch. And that was a fastball right down the middle, and he slices it into right field over the head. And that's going to be another triple. Braden Wolf, not the fastest guy on the team, but he is hustling for a stand-up triple. And once again, should have been an out there. Dylan Messarola just flat-footed there. First step for an outfielder is always supposed to be back. He actually took a step forward before running back there. And on a line drive like that, you just don't have time. That one going right over the head. Nevertheless, a great piece of hitting there by Wolf on that line drive. Never an easy play, staring into the sun in the outfield, trying to bring one of those in. And the second triple of the game for the Cardinals. We're going to see a mound visit here early. Just 1 out recorded so far. Not a pitching change, just a visit. Van Hoy's count getting up a little bit. Pilarski, one of the best players on this team, looking for his first at-bat. Played a major role in the team's championship run last year, frequently playing at third base. He's not exactly a power hitter, but he's very good at getting on base. High batting average. Good discipline at the plate. So we see him take a couple balls to start this at-bat. By the way, pinch runner in at third. Kreiner for Calvert Hall. That also happened during the mound visit as Pilarski fouls this one back straight into the net. Two and one the count. Fouls that one. Little weak ground ball into the dugout. 2-2 the count. Van Hoy looking for his first strikeout of the game. Trying to get on the same page as the catcher. Shook off a few pitches, so he's got what he wants. Throws the off speed, and it's a hanger, but into left field. Able to make the catch. That's going to be a sacrifice fly, RBI. Good at bat there for Pilarski. That's all he was really asked to do. And now the base is cleared with 2 outs. Now the 4th run of the inning. So a 4-0 lead here. Cardinals trying to build off of that. Now with 2 outs. Brennan Kwiatkowski, the senior, by the way, at the plate. Is that like a fastball, just missing outside. Mentioned earlier, Kwiatkowski got a lot of time at catcher last season, but today playing in the outfield. Another fastball missing. This time, instead of outside, went inside. As Kwiatkowski gets ahead in the count, he can start looking for a specific pitch. Majority of pitches have been fastball, so I'm sure he's looking fastball right down the middle. And now 3 balls. So that one, yet another fastball, but missing a bit high and outside. If I'm the coaches, I'm giving him the green light here. 3-0, no one on 2 outs. Why not? Yeah. Must have disagreed with me on that one, as he takes right down the middle. Still a favorable count here for Kwiatkowski. Here's the pitch. Oh. Gets the call on the inside corner. Bringing this to a full count. Van Hoy's worked back into this. See if he can get the strikeout. And that one bouncing into home plate. So Kwiatkowski will get the walk After going up 3-0, eventually ends up taking his base. So we see the first at bat of the day for our pitcher, Nathan Rodriguez. Went 2 for 2 in the scrimmage yesterday. Pretty good stats for a pitcher. Kwiatkowski not with too big of a lead over there at first. Doesn't have great speed, but not bad speed, as Van Hoy throws over to check in on him. Cardinals have been very aggressive on the base path today. Oh, he is going to steal, and that's a good pitch to steal on. It was an off speed, and the catcher having a hard time getting it out of his glove, so no throw down. Every base runner on first for Calvert Hall so far is stolen second, so have to imagine they're going to continue to stay aggressive on the base paths as they've yet to get thrown out. As that pitch misses. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Fouls that one off the inside part of the bat. Had to really bring his hands in to make contact with that one. Just good pitch there. Well located. Not much Rodriguez can really do with that one besides hit it foul. Try and jam him up here. Once again, get a weak ground ball. Try and get out of this inning. It's exactly what Mount Carmel's looking for. That one just missing for a ball, making that a full count. That one was close. Took the ump a second to make the call. Now a full count. Runner's gonna be taken off and safe. That was not heads-up base running there. It was a full count, 2 outs. Kwiatkowski should have been running on the pitch, but he didn't, and then ended up running right after the pitch, but still able to get in safely to third base. Now an RBI opportunity once again here with 2 outs. So that first pitch misses high for a ball for Drew Kittleberger. Getting some of his first at-bats on this varsity roster. That's going to be a smoked ground ball over to second. Throw over and made. Gets out of the inning. And Calvert Hall will leave 2 on base. Nevertheless, put up 4 runs to start this game to give themselves a nice lead heading into the second. Rodriguez will head back onto the mound for Calvert Hall. We will see if Mount Carmel has a response when we get back here on CHC TV. Luke Wanless, the first baseman, getting his first at-bat today in the 4 spot. Likely their most powerful hitter. Usually hit in that 3-4 spot, but usually 4 as Rodriguez misses on that first pitch. A lefty on righty matchup here. It's the second fastball missing. This one a little bit low. Cougars still looking for their first base runner. Looking for some answers. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Pites with the clean scoop and throw to record the first out.
Offense number 15, BJ Brown.
Classic 6-3 ground ball. We're going to see pinch hitter BJ Brown. The little dribbler to second base. Kittleberger with the throw over. And the out is recorded. 2 quick ground ball outs.
Now batting number 19, Dominic Reynolds.
Keeping Rodriguez's pitch count down low. With 5 up, 5 down. By the way, Kittleberger, the second baseman over there, a freshman, getting the start over there at second base. One of the many freshmen on this team. 6 on the roster. Bright future for this program. Here's the 1-0. Swinging through the fastball. Swinging over that one. Try and level out that swing. I've seen a number of these Mount Carmel batters swinging over pitches. Causes a ground ball instead of a line drive. Not seeing a very heavy pitch mix from Rodriguez today. It's been strictly fastballs. He's really only thrown 2 or 3 off-speed pitches the whole game. So he falls behind 3-1. Here's the pitch, and it misses low. So Mount Carmel will get their first base runner of the game with Dominic Reynolds. Perfect game officially not possible for Rodriguez, but of course the classic no-hitter still has a chance. It's the pitcher, Van Noy, stepping up, batting 7th in the lineup. Always fun when you watch the pitcher-pitcher matchup. Two outs. First pitch in for a strike. Looked like Van Noy was taking that all the way. Like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, down 4-0. It looked like a hittable pitch. That one misses way outside. 1-1. Rodriguez has really utilized that outside corner more than any part of the plate. High and outside, right on the corner, seems to be his favorite spot. As that one's just right down the middle, pop up. And Barmer records the out, and that will get the Cardinals out of the inning. Still no hits, one runner stranded, and we head to the bottom of the second. We will be right back here on CHC TV. Welcome back in, everybody. Van Noy staying on the mound for his second inning of work. Meanwhile, on the other side of Calvert Hall, the lacrosse team playing right now against Woodlands, a team from Texas. Cardinal lacrosse team up right now 12-5 in the third, so looking good for them. They've got an exciting game on Friday night against Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville, the #1 team in the country. Calvert Hall, nationally ranked in the teens this year. Will be a packed house over at Paul Angelo Russo Stadium. That game will be brought to you by CHC TV as well, so make sure you tune in on Friday night. You don't want to miss it. Now underway here again with a quick bunt sign from Barmer. Everyone batted in the first inning for Calvert Hall, so this will be the second time around the lineup. See, once again, shows bunt. That one missing inside. And his first at-bat, by the way, got hit by a pitch. So that on-base percentage going up, but still 0 for 0 on the stat sheet. I'm sure he would love to find his first hit of the game. That ball misses. 2-0. By the way, Barmer, a multiple sport athlete. You may have seen him on our football field before. Talk about his speed. Played wide receiver. Very impressive athlete all around. Showing bunt once again. Pulls back and takes the walk. A little bit of confusion there. The scoreboard had it at 3, but nevertheless, looks like the umpire says take your base.
On next, number 2, Travis Pikes.
Here comes the shortstop for his second plate appearance. 1 for 1 on the day. If you remember, he hit a triple. And that one's absolutely roped into left field, all the way back to the warning track. Nice play there. Out in left field. It looked like it had a chance to get out. The winds did not carry that one. It's the most common spot to hit a home run in this ballpark. Just 355 feet over there in left field. So the most shallow part and the easiest spot to hit one, especially for righties, but that one's staying in. The out was recorded. Barmer at first. I'd be shocked if we didn't see him try and get himself a free base. The infield certainly aware. Right now we see shortstop playing very close to the bag as he steps away. Now the second baseman gets the ball thrown to him. Not exactly sure why, but I guess got a little practice. Ump still gave his safe sign. If I were Mount Carmel, I don't think it would be a bad idea to try a pitch out here. You've got to expect Barmer's running. If you can expect it, try and throw him out. Look for the outside fastball way off the plate. As they check in at first base. Be a big confidence booster if they're able to throw someone out. That was a bit of a pitch out, not as outside as they wanted it. As it was a little bit. It was the length was a high pitch, but not quite outside enough. Still able to get a good throw off. It was easily in, nevertheless. Now, runner in scoring position with one out. Hack. Barmer dancing around over there. He slips, and now he's going to fall into a rundown. We'll see if he can get out of it. He is not. Big out there for the Cougars. Barmer looked like he might have been stealing and took a very big lead. He was dancing back and forth and just slipped. It's hard to recover when you slip in the middle of the bases. See the fresh soft team joining in the stands now to cheer on their varsity cards. See a number of big names here in the stands right now. The president of the school, Brother John Kane, as well as former head coach Lou Eckrell. Was with the team for a very long time. Coach Brooks Kerr, the current coach, took over last year after being an assistant, but Eckrell was here for many decades. Hack in a favorable count, 3-0, takes the walk. That one not even close. And that'll be his second walk of the game. I think it might have been 2 4-pitch walks as well. Still 2 outs. Copenspire, his second plate appearance. 1 guy on. That pitch misses inside. Not a very big lead over there from Hack on that pitch. Now extending it a little bit. So he's checked in on for a second time. Saw his right foot past the corner there, that green corner, over by first, and he's going to go. Got a great jump, and he is in. Another stolen base. He should score on a single. With 2 outs, he'll be running on contact. So if this one finds itself in the outfield, and it should be 5-0 Cardinals. Van Hoy once again missing on the pitch. Another walk. That's back-to-back walks for Van Hoy. His pitch count getting up there. Gotta think, if not this inning, maybe next inning will be his last. Braden Wolf with an opportunity. The senior taking strike one. Pilarski on deck. Love to have an opportunity. Zach curveball way outside. Most of his pitches are missing outside. See if maybe the catcher can try and line up in a different spot. Try and bring that over an inch or two. So that one roped past the shortstop. That should score a run. And it gets past the left fielder. That might score two. They're waving him home. There's going to be no play at the plate. And that will be a 2 RBI double for Braden Wolf. Solid piece of hitting off the barrel of the bat. Not a great read out there in left field, causing 2 runners to score. So we're going to see a pinch runner here at second. Score now 6-0 Calvert Hall. It's Luke Kreiner, by the way, now in the game at second. Pilarski takes strike one. Still only takes a single to score. Kleiner over there at second with the runner going on contact. He's not had too much success with the curveball today. It's that pitch inside, nearly hitting Pilarski. Shortstop sneaking over, and here comes the pitch over. Not a bad pickoff move. It's not uncommon to see the second baseman there and then have the shortstop sneak over because the guy on second's back is turned to him. So if he thinks the second baseman is leaving and the shortstop creeps over, it's a lot of times how people get picked off at second. But not fooled at all on that pickoff attempt. Here's the pitch. Once again, missing outside. 2-1 the count. Pilarski, by the way, had a sac fly on his last at-bat. Looking for his second RBI of the game. Another pickoff attempt over there at second. Still don't see anyone warming up in the bullpen for either team. That one's popped straight up. Catcher calling for it and makes the catch. Another long inning, but able to get out of that one. Just giving up 2 runs. Calvert Hall with a commanding 6-0 lead as we're through 2. We will head to the top of the third. Rodriguez staying on the mound for the Cardinals. Excuse me. We're going to have a pitching change. Junior Clark Mileto. Didn't see him warming up in the bullpen, but he must have already been done throwing by the time I looked over. Early in the season in a non-conference game, you don't want your best pitchers throwing a lot of innings. Rodriguez, of course, could have gone a little bit longer, but really no reason to. This game technically counts on the record, but still not a conference game, and when you're up 6-0, makes sense to spread the wealth a little bit. So we will be back momentarily for the top of the third here on CHC TV.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Cougars, number 7, Ethan Street.
Welcome back into the broadcast. Ethan Street getting his first at bat of the game as he takes a high fastball, having to duck. Hard to believe it's still haven't gone through one cycle of the lineup, but the 8-hitter finally getting his opportunity. Oh, another inside pitch. Street, not the biggest guy. Have to imagine that fastball can't feel too good if it hits him, but he is riding the plate. He is as far in on that box as he possibly can. Not shying away at all as he takes another inside pitch. A lot of hitters, you like to see them in the very back of the box and a little bit off the line, but he is in the back, but right on the plate. So he takes that one in for a strike. The advantage of doing that, especially at his size, is it makes the strike zone a lot smaller. So I'm sure that's why he's doing it, and he has gotten some calls his way, and he will take the walk. Oh, you're going to call that strike 3. Street disagreeing with the call. Was a little bit borderline, but nevertheless, 1 up, 1 down, the punch out. Ball 1 for Arden Butler, the left fielder. He's had a lot of action in the field today. See if he can get anything going with his bat. Seeing another heavy dosage of fastballs despite the pitching change. Saw Rodriguez really utilize the outside part of the plate, though. Now switching it up to the inside part with the pitching change. And that will be a strike. It looked like thought he struck himself out. Butler started heading to the dugout, and the umpire said, no, stay here. So we will see another one with this 2-2 count. That one just misses inside to bring this one full. Here's the pitch. Swing on and missed. 2 up, 2 down. Still only seen one base runner so far for Mount Carmel off of a walk, but now back to the top of the lineup. Keith Smith, second baseman. So that one gets past Wolf. Nobody on though, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh. Very early on that swing. 1-1. 2 outs. Another inside fastball. He keeps that up only a matter of time before one of the Cougars can get a free pass on a hit by pitch. Able to foul this one off. Cardinals 1 strike away from striking out the side. See if Maleta can get that. And he does. 3 up, 3 punch outs. Doesn't get much better than striking out the side. The Cardinals maintain that 6-0 lead as they head to the bottom of the third. They'll look to add on it. Looks like might see a new pitcher for Mount Carmel. That is not a surprise. That's going to be Chase Counts getting his first pitches. We will step away as he warms up and gets ready, and we will be back here on CHC TV. Kwiatkowski, with his second at-bat, reached in his first. First pitch misses outside for a ball. That one just sneaking in for a strike. Very similar pitching style to Van Noy here. A lot of fastballs. See an off-speed pitch on this one. That's going to be a towering pop-up into right field. Good communication there. 1 up, 1 down. So Rodriguez, the pitcher, it's his second at bat.
Up next, number 28, Rodriguez.
Two straight curveballs. That one missing way up. Foul. Straight back. Even this count out. That fastball in a similar location to the curveball that missed. Up and in. Drops the ball. Luckily for him, no base runners on. So that is another ball. Favorable count here for Rodriguez. 3-1, looking to reach for the second time today. That one's roped, and that's going to be fair. Down the third base line. Gets all the way to the wall. Should be a stand-up double, and he's going to stay there. That one rolls just over third base. Good eyes by the ump.
Now batting number 15, Drew Gilberger.
Looked like he had an opportunity to maybe take third, but obviously you listen to your coach there and stay. There's really no reason to force it with no outs. Or excuse me, 1 out, but already putting yourself in scoring position. That one off the inside part of the bat. Good job making contact. On those inside jam pitches like that, you really got to bring the hands in quickly. Bring the hands down instead of out, and just misses a single. That area over there is known as Triples Alley because it's not easy to make a play over there. I've seen a number of triples over the years. It's going to be a weak pop-up, and that's going to fall in. He's going to go for 2, and he's going to get it. Sometimes you don't need a smoked ball to find yourself on base. If it lands in the right spot, you get on. Bad awareness out there in left field. They should have thrown it into second, and then he wouldn't have been able to get a double. Would have been a single instead. They were more focused on Rodriguez over there at third. So we're back to the top of the lineup once again. Barmer, the only player this game to get hit by a pitch. Reached both times. Has an opportunity to bring 2 in. He's shown bunt in his first 2 at-bats. I would be very surprised if we saw that here. Guys on second and third. We're going to see most of the infield is drawn in, especially on the right side. They're trying to cut off the run at home. The most ideal play for Mount Carmel right now would be a ground ball. Throw it, get the out at home, and then go to first. If it's hit to anyone except the shortstop, that's what they're going to do. Shortstop's just going to throw it over to first. But Barmer once again reaching on a walk to load the bases. That will bring the middle infield back to try and turn the double play, and the corners will be in. So first and third are going to be throwing home if it's hit to them, and second and short going to be trying to turn two at second and first. Pites is exactly who you want up right now. If you're a Cardinal, not if you're a Cougar. We will see how this at-bat unfolds as he takes the off-speed pitch for a strike. Getting ahead 0-1. Important, especially when there's nowhere to put them. Ooh, that was a nice curveball. Landing right on the inside part of the plate. Pites has some power. He almost hit it out earlier. We saw it. He's capable of hitting a home run. Able to stay alive with that foul. Still 0-2. You really shouldn't be throwing a strike here. You got to try and get him to chase. Your curveball's been working in this inning. I would try and land one just inside or just outside. 0-2, you got multiple pitches to work with. If you want to go fastball, go high fastball. That one, not even close. Still 1-2. Love to see him chase. You know he wants to hit the grand slam, so he might be willing to take a big hack if you can get him to buy it. Had the right idea there. Not quite tempting enough. Good discipline from Pites at the plate. Evens it out at 2-2. Now you got to be a little more careful. You don't want to fall into a full count with bases loaded. And that pitch is going to be hit right to the left fielder for a sac fly. And now rolls right past the shortstop. Not a bad at bat for either team. I think both teams will take it. Calvert Hall now extending their lead to 7. Get someone home, but Mount Carmel avoiding disaster. I think they'll certainly trade a run for an out in that situation, especially towards the top of this lineup. Now they face the number 3 hitter, Will Hack, with 2 down, 2 on, 1 in scoring position. That brings the infield back to their normal positions. Hack takes that one outside for ball 1. Ooh, another ball. That one all the way over in the left batter's box. Not too windy right now. You can see the flag out in deep center field, not moving too much. Another pitch, down and away. 3-0 count. Saw Hack just look over at the third base coach. He was getting the sign on if he has a green light or not. On this 3-0 count, we will see. I guess we won't see since it was a ball. He will get a free base. And once again, the base is loaded. Most powerful guy on the team has a chance for a grand slam. I'm sure many people remember the last grand slam here for Calvert Hall, as that one's going to get through the catcher's legs, and that's a tough giving up run there. Once again, you gotta put your chest in front of that. Can't allow the ball to get behind when it's in front of you. 0-1 the count. Is that curveball just high? Well, not really a chance for a grand slam anymore, but just mentioning that last grand slam sent the Cardinals to the championship game against Spalding last season. In the playoffs, it was a winner-go-home game. That one roped into left center field, gets all the way to the wall. Good piece of hitting. He's going for 3, and he's going to get a stand-up triple. Just a great piece of hitting. Didn't try to do too much with it, just driving that one. Left fielder playing far left, and the center fielder was a little bit over, but not too much, and just finds the gap. First pitch for Wolf misses outside, so the Cardinals are now up 10-0 in the 3rd inning. Towering pop-up over to first in the sun and able to make the catch. Good job sticking with that. And recording the out was Luke Wanless. And that will end the inning. Another 4-run inning. And now the box score 0-0-0 for the Cougars and 4-2-4 for the Cardinals. We will step away for a moment as we head to the top of the 4th. Don't go away. We'll be right back here on CHC TV. Welcome back in, everybody. Top of the 4th, about to begin. Pugh with his second at-bat of the game. A number of substitutions for the Cardinals on defense. That's a well-hit ball. Barmer running back, able to track it and record the out. Haven't had too much action today, but nevertheless able to make every play hit to him. Talk about that wide receiver speed earlier. Easily able to get to that one as it carried through the stadium. Almost looked like a slider for that pitch. That misses. Swung on and missed. Is Sosa the 3 batter? Playing at third base this game. That one out to right field, going back and making the catch in the sun. Good job there.
Number 24, Luke Wendless.
Talked about a lot of the substitutions in the game on the defensive side. The second baseman, shortstop, and third baseman, all freshmen right now. So a lot of the young blood getting an opportunity in this game, getting some good reps. So the catcher's coach, Coach Schwartz, will bring that ball back into the dugout. Schwartz has had an opportunity to work with a number of good catchers over the years. Most notable one probably being Lamar King in the class of 22, drafted, I believe, in the second round to the Padres. Working in their minor league system. Calvert Hall would love to see him make his way up. It's 2 outs, ground ball to short, throw over to first, and the out recorded. A quick 3 outs, a couple of fly balls, and a ground out to keep this a scoreless game and a hitless game still. And we will head to the bottom of the fourth. Stick with us here on CHC TV.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Cardinals, number 19, Ryder Soa.
Ryder Soa getting his first at-bat here at home. One of the substitutions. Getting some good time. Putting in some valuable minutes here. Still the same pitcher. Gotta think his lifespan is coming short on the mound. Pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. A curveball missing. Now 2-1. So we're getting close to 6 o'clock here. Still sunny sky, not too many clouds. That one almost hit into the gap, but right fielder, good positioning. Able to bring that one in. Notice the shadow in front of home plate, that makes it tremendously harder for hitters to see the ball. So a pitcher's advantage right now, that's frequently a factor in day games. We'll see how much that affects the batters in this game. The closer it gets to home plate, the harder it is for them to see. Having been a player once myself, I can assure you that that is certainly a true thing. So we see a pitching change here. It looks like, not entirely sure who's on the mound yet. Looks like it might be Arden Butler. That looks like it's actually Ethan Street on the mound. We talked about the 1-0 record for Mount Carmel. They won earlier this week against Concordia Prep. Concordia is in the C Conference. They won their C Conference championship last year against Keys. And Mount Carmel in the B Conference, able to beat them 9-8 at Concordia. First conference game for Calvert Hall is going to be this Monday against Curley. Curley was the 1 seed in the playoffs last year. And Calvert Hall absolutely destroyed them in the playoffs, beat them by more than 10. St. Mary's was in the A Conference last year. They dropped out, so now just 7 teams in the A Conference. And talk about the schedule changes this year now. Everyone plays a series now in the A Conference, so each team they play, they'll play 3 times as that ball misses. Ball 2, now 2-0. So they'll play Curley at home, and then the next game will be away at Curley, and then back home against Curley. So they play 3-game series, and they'll do that against each team in the conference once. So they'll play against their 6 conference foes and have 18 conference games this year, which is more than they did in any season previous, as we see a 4-pitch walk, really none of those anywhere near the plate. So each game becoming a little bit less significant as there's more games to be played, but more of a Major League Baseball style a lot of fans like. Have to have 3 different pitchers each game, I would assume, as they're all relatively close together. Cardinals supposed to be once again towards the top of the conference this year. Spalding probably projected to finish in first. Just so many great players in this conference. It'll once again come down to the wire. It frequently does. Everyone very excited for that opening conference play next week. It will be very competitive. Finally getting a strike. His first strike of the game. Now 0-1 with 1 runner on. That ball missing. 1-1. 1 down. 10-0 lead for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 4th. After 4 innings, by the way, the mercy rule can be put on. If Calvert Hall is up 15, then this game, I believe, would end. So they need to put up 5, and this one will be over. And then after the 5th inning, it's a 10-run mercy rule. So if Mount Carmel isn't able to put any runs up on the board, then this one will be over. After 5, as we see a base hit, ground ball. Nobody home for the Cougars at short, so it's a good piece of hitting. Founds the opening. Now 2 on for an opportunity for Jake Lindsay. Second Cardinal with that walk-up song. Oh, gets hit. Didn't look too happy about that. I think he wanted to drive one in on an RBI, but nevertheless, the bases are now loaded for an opportunity. Hunter Dunst. Another new face here on this roster. Ethan Street has struggled since entering the game. We're going to see corners in, middle infield out, trying to turn 2. Corners will go home. So that one fouled straight back. Hunter would love to begin his Calvert Hall career here with a nice RBI. That curveball landing in for a strike, by the way. He falls behind 0-2. Now he's got to protect the plate. And takes that one high. Here's the pitch. Did not chase that one, but I really did like the look there from Street. Started a strike and ended ball. Talked about it earlier. That strike to ball is great for a strikeout pitch when you're up in a count. But now 3 straight balls as he falls behind. The best pitches in baseball are that strike to ball and that ball to strike. If it starts out as a ball and you can have a pitcher or a hitter give up on it, and then get it in there for a strike, that's another great way to strike someone out, but that one not even close. That's really tough on a pitcher, getting up 0-2 and then throwing 4 straight balls. And that's going to be a ground ball for Anthony. That will score a run and be an RBI. Driving another one in. I was going to say we were a grand slam away from the mercy rule if you're a Calvert Hall fan. Now you're a 3-run home run away from a mercy rule as a Calvert Hall fan. 12-0 the score. So Luke Kreiner, the lefty, steps in. Notice something a second baseman does when playing a lefty is they're far over to the right. That's the most common spot for a left-hander to hit it. When you see a right-hander, they're still decently far off the bag, but not quite that far. So second baseman's got to be ready, especially with a lefty. People say shortstop is generally the most important position in the infield. It's because the most common spot for a right-handed pitcher to hit it is that shortstop area. The roles are flipped with a lefty. As Street quickly falls behind 2-0. Really struggling still to find the zone. Three and 0. And that one borderline strike, but gets the call. Here's the 3-1. Fouled straight back. onto the practice fields. By the way, the Calvert Hall lacrosse team officially won their game against Woodlands of Texas. They're still undefeated on the season, and in the win column as that one is shot deep into right field, all the way to the warning track, going back, and it's going to fall down. It's going to be a triple, bringing yet another run home. I believe 2 runs actually come home, making this 14-0. That was the deepest part of the warning track, just barely missing a home run over there in right field. And the game-closing run over at third base, if they can bring him home. If not, we will go to the top of the 5th, and Mount Carmel would have to score 5 runs to keep this one something. Right now, still a no-hit game amongst the Calvert Hall pitchers. Only 1 base runner off of a walk. It's been a flawless performance on defense, really, and offense. Mount Carmel trying to get something positive out of this game to bring themselves a little bit of momentum going into their next one. Here's the pitch, missing low. Want to know the count. That's going to fall for a base hit. A little dribbler all the way to the corner. And that should end the game. So we've been told up in the booth, I guess. Maybe both teams want to keep going. The rule's after 4. When it's 15, it's a mercy rule, but if both teams come to an agreement that they don't want to end it, then they can keep going. That's going to be a pop up to right field, and they will record the out. A little surprised to see both teams wanting to still go, but we are opting to continue the game a little bit longer. See the defense running out onto the field. Maybe giving Mount Carmel one last opportunity to do something. Would not be surprised if they call it after this inning. High school games, though, 7 innings, so if they really wanted to, we could have 3 more innings of good practice for both teams. We will step away here for a moment and be back for the top of the 5th on CHC TV. New pitcher in for the Cardinals, Grayson Ryan, the freshman, will likely close out this game. His fastball is a little bit slower than what we've seen so far, but still a good fastball. We see a little more variety out of him. Not a strictly fastball thrower. Fastball still in the low 80s. And without further ado, B.J. Brown back up to bat in his DH spot today. First pitch skipped in for ball 1. There's his first strike of the game. Had Nate Rodriguez start things off for the Cardinals. Now we've got Grayson in. One of the Orioles' best pitchers, Grayson Rodriguez. We got a Grayson and a Rodriguez. A little bit of a fun coincidence. For any of you Orioles fans listening. Count 2-1. That's going to be a pop-up. First base and catcher running over. Nobody able to get to it as that bounces over the opposing dugout. We see a couple of Calvert Hall bench guys running over to collect that foul ball. The lacrosse team, we talked about their big win over on the other side of campus. They have a lot of very tough games coming up. 4 or 5 of their next games are actually all against top 10 opponents in the nation. So a lot of very fun ones coming up. If you are also a lacrosse fan. That's a pop-up once again over in the dugout area and out of play. One of those 5 top 10 matchups, as we mentioned, is against number 1 Lawrenceville on Friday night. Another one is against McDonough, to Calvert Hall lost to in the MIAA A-Conference Championship last year. They were 2 of the best teams in the country last year. McDonough was led by the best player in the nation, and he now plays for Virginia, but still a top 10 team. So another good game to look out for as Mount Carmel gets their second base runner of the game on a walk. Still the no-hitter in effect. On the other end for baseball, Calvert Hall's next game is going to be Thursday against St. John's of D.C. And those 2 teams frequently play each other each year. Always a competitive game. I believe it was a 1-run game last year. St. John's currently beating Gilman 10-0. Gilman, another team in the A Conference here in the MIAA. So, would not be surprised if that game comes down to 1 or 2 runs like it usually does. That game will be played here in Carlo Crispino Stadium, followed by the opening of conference play on Monday. So a lot of exciting games going on amongst the teams here at Calvert Hall as their spring seasons are starting off. 1-0 the count. Strike 1 there. Now evening up the count at 1-1. First time of the day where they have a base runner and no outs. We'll see if they are able to capitalize on that. Try and put a run up on the board. So the freshman tries to work out of it. Now 3-1 the count. And swung on and missed. He was looking for a fastball and he got one, but he was still a little bit late. Now the count goes full. Still no outs, so wouldn't expect to see a stolen base from the runner. And he's going to stay right where he is. And first strikeout of the game now for the young freshman.
That's number 9, Dylan Pensacola.
Grayson Ryan trying to get his now second strikeout. Of course, he would love a double play to get out of things quicker. So we see strike one here. Infield in double play depth. Outfield is in. They've been in for most of the game. They're staying drawn in. Haven't seen too many deep fly balls, so I'm sure. 0-2. Head. Be interesting to see if this game continues after this inning. That's a beautiful pitch right there. Breaking ball right on the inside corner. Not much you can do with that one, with the location there. Looked like he was expecting a fastball. You can kind of tell with the way a batter loads what they're looking for, and a knee buckling strikeout for Grayson Ryan. 2 outs, 1 on. Strike one. By the way, shout out to Jackson Belusi doing a great job working on the camera today. Got 3 IHM graduates up in the booth today. Myself being one of them. Peter Kelly, one of the team managers over there, and Belusi. And the moderator up in the booth, Kathy Baker, wife of Joe Baker, Calvert Hall legend, another IHM grad. And, yeah, Joe Baker, also an IHM grad. What's that ball? Ooh. Calvert Hall dugout wanted a punch out there, but a ball called. Could have gone either way, right on the corner there. That's going to be a weak hit ground ball to second, throw over, and the out recorded. That will do it for this inning, and looks like that might be the end of the game. They will call the mercy rule here, so both teams will line up. Calvert Hall got a big 14-0 win in a scrimmage yesterday, but that one not going on the record, so this one technically the season opener and a dominant win. Calvert Hall going with a 15-0 win, no hitter. Really not too much Coach Kirk can complain about in this one. On the other end, Coach Naunton going to go back to the drawing board. Of course, the Cardinals were heavily favored in this one to begin with, but really not too much positive you can look at for Mount Carmel. You just got to go back to the drawing board and look at some film, and they'll be ready for their games coming soon in the B Conference. They're usually a pretty competitive team there. They'll look forward to that season as Calvert Hall looks forward to theirs. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we will be back on Thursday afternoon against St. John's. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, to this season opener. I'm a Calvert Hall graduate, now at Marquette University, calling games for their team. So it's great to come back on campus and call a game for this team. I will be back again on Thursday. I look forward to it. Until then, this has been Kevin Lochte. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.